Hi, y'all. This is Charity from Crochet. Our devotion is constant love. He heals the brokenhearted and binds up our wounds. The Lord takes pleasure in those who fear him, in those who hope in his steadfast love. Psalm 147, 3 and 11. We all have those days when we feel as if no one loves us, when disappointment after disappointment cracks our foundation of strength, when we feel exhausted, as if we have been trying in vain to swim against a strong current, when absolutely nothing is going our way. Back up, woman. Take heart in the fact that God loves you. He is cognizant of all that is going on to him, those cast with broken hearts. He binds up the wounds of those crushed in spirit and lifts those who are humble. It's okay to voice your weaknesses and your troubles in front of God, for he takes no pleasure in the strength of humans, but delights in those who put all their hope and trust in his love. So go to God, the one who loves you more than you can ever know. Tell him all your troubles, hurts, wounds, and challenges. Allow him to love you, to give you peace, and to comfort you with his words. And our prayer is, I come to you, Lord, seeking your face, love, peace, and understanding. And our prayer jar inspiration is God's immense love for me never wavers. Hi, Angel. Welcome. Well, thank you for coming by. I know it has been forever and a day since I have been on here. I We've had a lot going on. I'm now doing two part time jobs. My first one was just cleaning the church once a week. Now I am staying with a 91-year-old lady and making sure that she just so somebody mainly to be there if she falls, so somebody's there if she does fall, but also to make sure she takes her medicines on time in the mornings and help her do her sponge bath in the morning and stuff like that, and try to encourage her to drink water and other things. She just wants to sit in her chair and not want to get up and do so. But so anyway, um, but it's a joy to stay with her. She loves to joke around, and so it's an interesting day. I get to stay with her. So, um, but I've had to readjust my bedtime and everything to stay with her. So, hi Lydia, welcome in. That was part of the reason why I haven't been on here, because I used to do it on here extremely late at night, and so I've had to try to adjust my bedtime to try to go to bed earlier so I can be alert and awake for her during the day, because this is a daytime that I go and stay with her. All right. I do have some things that I have done. I do have a finished object. I was testing um, a wrap for Connie, and I did get it finished. Now hers was the same kind of yarn but a different color. This is that mandala gradient yarn. She did hers in the mauve, and I just absolutely fell in love with that wrap that she did. And I told her I would test it for her, and I told her I was going to do it in the blues. So I did. This is folded in half because this is very long, but that's the top of it. And then the fringe. So the wrap. I wasn't going to do the fringe, but it didn't look right without it. So I did end up adding the fringe on there. So now I think hers, she wanted three of them. I just did two just to get it done. I did do a second one. It's two different shades of pink, like a antique rose pink color and a cream color, and then another. I thought it was like a petal pink or something like that. It was really brighter than what I thought it was, but it turned out okay. I'm still working. It's in my bedroom where my husband's currently in bed, so I'm not going to go disturb him. But if you guys remember, I was working on a blanket, the Turtles on the Beach blanket. I did get the blanket part done. This thing is humongous. It is almost 8 feet long. I measured it the other day. But I did get all the tails or the ends, whatever you want to call it, sewed in. But all the wave part of the blanket is done. I still got to do the applique stuff with the turtles, basically. So, but this is the bottom or the sand. I will try to show you some of it, but this thing is huge. So, this is, I'm just kind of rolling it down as I go. And it's this is folded in half, so it's a little bit wider than this, just because it's so heavy and big. And then that's the last of it. But this is, it's 7 foot something. It's just 4 inches off of being 8 foot long. So that blanket part is done. I did get the starfish done. I haven't sewed it on yet. There's the starfish. Of course, there's the to sew it on. I will get that done soon.
Coffee Angel says, "Whoa, 8 foot isn't a blanket; it's a carpet."
It's a carpet. I didn't measure how wide it is. And then there's one of the turtles. I gotta get it sewed on. I'm planning on doing a couple more in this color scheme. I think what I'm going to do is reverse this in this blue here and do a couple of them that way. Leave the tan where it's at, and then this mint green here, and that's like a lime green. But I'm going to try to reverse this blue ocean color here in the lime green and do them opposite and do a couple. I don't know. I might do 6 turtles. I don't know. But that's one of the turtles done. So, but that's why I haven't been on here too much lately. But I have been doing some things as far as crochet, and I have completed some diamond paintings, and I've left them out of my reach. Miss Kitty actually has helped me with one that we're almost done with. I did get Little Man's Blanket. I got it caught up to November. I probably won't show his blanket until I finally get everything done. I've got to get December done and then the border. But I needed to get some yarn for the border. Miss Kitty had a dentist appointment yesterday. So after the dentist appointment, me and her went to Michael's and I found him uh, a color to put around the border. And so I did the loops and threads. They're soft classic in the color. What color is this? I don't know. It doesn't give me a color. It just gives me a number. VS144. I don't see a color name on this anywhere. Arctic, maybe? That might be it. Arctic.
Yes.
Okay. I'm used to
Arctic.
I'm used to the red heart being in a certain spot.
Yeah. The color is called Arctic.
And I am sleepy, y'all. I am tired, so bear with me. But this is the Loops and Threads Arctic. Because he's got a lot of blues, and he does have some teal or whatever. I kind of wanted to do like an aqua color. Miss Kitty helped me pick it out. But this will be the border of his big, humongous blanket. What do we call it? The blanket of many colors when I finally get it done. Thank you. I found those. Let's see, two different tutorials for those, the turtle and the starfish. They are on YouTube. If I remember, like I said, I am so sleepy. If I remember to, I will try to add that in the description box of what I used, the tutorials. Another thing too I needed to get was I already had baby blanket colors for a girl, and I have 3 baby blankets that I need to make. One is for a family friend. Her daughter is expecting a little girl, but I have 2 others that are my nieces that are expecting, and they are expecting boys. And I had no baby yarn that had boy colors. So while I was at Michael's, I picked up some yarn to do 2 boys' baby blankets. So I got this one. This one is the Bundle of Love by Lion Brand. And if I can find the colorway on here, maybe. Bell. Belle. It's got brown, green, blue, and white in it. And I got another one for the other blanket. It's same brand, but a different colorway. If I can find it. Weathered Wood is the colorway, which is, it's just blue, 2 different shades of brown, and a white in it. I thought both of these would really be good for baby blankets. And then I'm going to trim it. Where did it go? In white. Because they both had white. So I was going to border it just a single stitch crochet around with white. But this one is the brushed rainbow loops and threads yarn, but it's just as thick. I mean, same thickness, but a lot softer, so it'd be around the edges. But this is pretty soft as it is too. So, but I needed some boy colors because I didn't have any, so I got those. And then this kitty got to pick out something, and she decided she was going to add to her stuffed animal collection. And I wanted to add to my collection of now these are just charm things that I guess they meant to put on a bracelet, but I get them as stitch markers. Michaels has them, and I've been collecting a variety of them, and they have added more to their collection in the store, and so I told my daughter, so I'm going to add some more to my collection. So I got that. My husband would love that one. He's him and my daughter are the gamers people in the house. And then I found these. I liked them, and I got two for the price of one. Butterfly wings, or actually butterflies. They're sideways. There was another butterfly, but it was just one by itself. But I liked that I could get two on that one. And then I absolutely love Chinese food, so I had to get me a fortune cookie one. I thought it was cute. And the little tag says good luck on there. So that was my new additions to my stitch marker collection from Michaels. But I have been collecting these, and that they have been coming in handy, like big time in handy for the really big blanket that I had been working on. I have not done any more on it yet. The one that the burgundy with the off-white and white. I just haven't had time to work on it lately. So, but as this thing keeps getting bigger and bigger, the more stitch markers I need to use on it, because there are certain rows that I have to use stitch markers because you got to count so many stitches and put a mark on there, a stitch marker, because it helps for your next row for where to start and stuff like that. So, but anyway, another thing we did too was this last Saturday. Um, our pastor, where he's at, the town he's in, there was a couple that had some trees fall down when we had that ice storm this year, and they paid somebody to come and help clean it up. They paid them $600 for to clean up, and they didn't do a good job. And so, but anyway, they wanted the trees gone. We burn wood, and it helps us out. So, yes, it was a little bit of a drive, um, but we were helping out an elderly couple that can't get out and do it themselves. Um, so we were over there cutting up the trees, and there's been people wanting the trees, but all they wanted was the oak, and we were willing to take the pine as well with it. So anyway, my husband and the pastor had already gotten one load from there uh several weeks ago, but this trip the whole family went and got it, and we loaded up. My husband loaded up the wood splitter on our trailer, and in the truck, he loaded up two chainsaws, a two-wheel dolly, and that two-wheel dolly came in handy big time. Big time came in handy because there was some pieces of wood that was bigger around than I am. Big, this thing was huge. I couldn't even wrap my arms around them. They were that big, and they were very heavy. And we used that to wheel it to the wood splitter. But that was this last Saturday, and the kids worked really hard on it, and we were all exhausted, extremely exhausted, because that is really hard work. So, anyway, we loaded up the whole trailer. Uh, our pastor took his truck and his trailer. We loaded up his trailer full of split wood, and then we loaded up his bed of his truck with wood that still needs to be split because we were all tired. By the time we got all the wood that was split in the trailer, everybody was pretty much almost exhausted. Um, didn't have much go, so we just took. He unhitched the trailer, and we backed up the truck to where we could get closer and get the wood on the truck better and easier. Got that loaded up. Then we went and had lunch. Then we came home and unloaded the trailer and the truck. And we just said, my husband's like, "What are we going to have for dinner?" I said, "I have no idea." I said, "I am so exhausted. I don't think I could fix dinner." He's like, "Well, I guess we'll just get whatever's in the refrigerator." I said, "Sounds good to me," because there was leftovers in the refrigerator. So, but anyway, it'll come in handy for heating our house this winter. So we definitely needed it because we didn't have much left from last year. What we had left from this last winter, I should say, uh, it all fit in the woodshed back here, and we still can put more in the woodshed. And we probably went through. If we fill, well, we actually filled the woodshed probably 3 times this winter and went through all of it except for what we got in there now. So we burned through a lot to keep this house warm. So the definitely will come in handy. And there's more to get done. Don't know when we'll get over there to do it, get more, but it definitely was good exercise. But I was sore for several days. I'm finally still a little bit sore, but not as bad. Um, a lot better than what I was earlier this week. I would move certain ways, and I could feel my back just going, don't move that way. So, but my legs were definitely probably the worst. Just from lifting and moving stuff around, especially the heavy stuff. But anyway, got a few bug bites. We did spray ourselves with bug spray, but that's why I'm clawing at myself right now. I gotten bit. But that wasn't from doing the wood. That's more recent. It's driving me crazy. But I did. I felt so. It felt like I thought I had like sawdust down in my boot, and it felt like something was poking me the whole time we were doing that. And Sunday afternoon, I found out that it was something had bit me because I had all these little bites all around my ankle, and I've been clawing at them for several days. But now we had a good day. Like I said, we got a lot of wood. We still got some down there that needs to be split yet that we haven't done. We haven't split it yet, but it's just been really, really busy. And like I said, I've had to adjust my time of sleeping and stuff and going to bed so that I'll stay awake and alert while I'm staying with this lady. So anyway, that's why I've not been on here because we've just been seems like just go 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 all the time. And there's a few days here and there that I have gotten to just kind of chill out and relax, but there have been few and far between. So, but anyway, I guess I will hop off of here as I need to get to bed. I am exhausted. I am tired. And I had gotten used to going to bed at 9 or about 10, 9 and 10 o'clock instead of staying up till midnight, 1, 2, or 3 in the morning. So I guess I will see y'all later. Thank you for hopping on here with me. Let's see, Coffee Angel, what did she say? I got a
fortune cookie the other day without a fortune in it. I wonder if that was the message.
Oh, that's funny. It's good to have all that done, though. Yeah, especially because it's still green wood. So because they were still live trees when they fell, so they got to dry out. So we got to get them, but we got a good place to put them because if we put them up there in the field, stack them up there at the top of the hill, the wind just blows right through there, and all that stuff will be dried out by the time winter comes this year. So, um, anyway, as they call it, we'll have seasoned wood. So, anyway, I will talk to y'all later. Thank you for joining me on here. And I know it's been a while. I said I'm trying to adjust to my new job and everything. So I guess I will try not to. I'll do my best to try not to be gone so long. And I will, if I don't show it on here, I'll try to get pictures of it and put it on my community page. So you guys can see the turtle blanket when it gets done. So, all right, see ya, Coffee Angel. Y'all have a good evening. Rest of the week, blessed. I'm tired. I can't even say the end of my thing. Hope y'all have a wonderful and blessed rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.